I am the cleric.
If I didn't already kind of hate these people, I might like them.
I know like small folk.
Next up on Jack's Antique Roadshow.
Come on, shit fart.
Nay.
He looks at both of you like he's actually angry.
She's the worst.
All right, okay. I'm gonna go and take care.
I'm just but a simple bard.
Are those scones I smell?
You don't get 38 damage in one hit that almost kills you without walking away scarred. Welcome back to Dice Shame, episode 37, back on track.
MVP this week is Caleb from Discord. Thanks for joining us, Caleb.
He found us on Reddit and became a fast fan. If you're enjoying Dice Shame, please leave us a review, whether it be on iTunes, Hubble, Podchaser. Reviews help tremendously with people finding us, and it makes us feel pretty good. Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, I think so. I'm so late to this party, metaphorically, that the beer is all flat, the floors are sticky, everyone's gone home, is how late I am to this party.
Well, that's an appealing picture.
What party?
I've been playing a lot of Skyrim this week.
Oh, you're like 10 years late.
Yeah, literally. It was like 2011. Wasn't
So
Joe,
late.
you're still ahead of me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you got it.
it? Rob, you haven't played it yet?
It's so good, Rob.
It's a whole other thing.
It's so much like D&D. I'm pretending that I'm playing as Gandalf's great grandniece or something.
That's super cute.
Okay.
I'm doing like a mage who also is like proficient one-handed with her sword. And,
What's your character's name?
Nice.
Dreen of Cedar.
Oh, that's so
Green
cool.
of
Yeah, I just like to spice up my character a little bit, get a little bit of like internal backstory just for my brain. I don't think she knows that she's Gandalf, like related to Gandalf.
Oh,
at
so
all,
you've
but-
gone like deep into the backstory to the point where like you've also connected how she doesn't understand she's part of
Yeah,
Gandalf.
yeah. Well, we were watching The Hobbit recently, and the dwarves, I mean, obviously, they're so important to that story, but then in Lord of the Rings, they really don't feature at all.
So
and to
true.
me, I was thinking like, oh, maybe this world that Tolkien invented is like the antecedent of Skyrim, because dwarves are a footnote in history. Like you can go to their like abandoned fortresses, but the race doesn't exist anymore.
They're so forgotten that they're actually called Doomer instead.
Yes.
They're like, what was that name? Some with a D. I don't fucking know. Dude, this is called Doomer.
The Dwemer. So you're not a sneak archer.
I'm not a sneak archer. That's Harley's thing.
Everyone's a sneak archer.
Everyone's
in
a sneak
Skyrim
archer.
because it's
I
so
always-
OP.
Huh?
No.
Yeah. I started out doing Kraloth, and then it's just like, oh, Kraloth uses a bow now, and he's in
Exactly.
the Shadow Guild.
No, man. I like to try and like switch it up. So I'm a mage who's still proficient with a sword.
Beauty.
I'm
She's not trying to
loving it.
min-max the way we do subconsciously as
Yeah,
gamers, where we're like, we'll play something a bit role-playing wise, and then I'm like, okay, but this weapon's better. I'm going to start using it.
At first, I was like, okay, what's a house Carl? I don't need this lackey to follow me around. Like Lydia, whoever. And then now she's my best friend.
Of course.
Lydia, no! Don't step on that trigger and engulf yourself in flame.
She's my friend.
Friend pack mule. Alex, you played Skyrim, haven't you?
Yes.
So you're at least on the train. So only Rob hasn't been.
I've got the impression that Skyrim's a little bit self-directed in that there's a million different little side quests you could go on.
Yes.
It's so frustrating.
I can do in a game like Mass Effect where there's a little bit of branching, but it's also like, hey, go do a Star Trek adventure over here, come back to the ship, chatter out whatever you did. There's a bit of more of a hub, I think. And when I get on a game that's like Skyrim or something, I just spider out in a million ways and then lose momentum and lose my connection to the main thrust of, wait, but aren't I a Dragonborn? How many squashes do I need to go get?
Yeah, I'm not a Dragonborn in this recent one that I'm doing.
I agree to an extent because I have played games like The Witcher and even Fallout, and I feel overwhelmed. However, for some reason, and I really don't know why, I've never felt that way in Skyrim.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did, what level of kind of storyline they created, but I've never sincerely felt overwhelmed in Skyrim. I've never felt that there are so many things that I just don't know which to tackle or how to
Same.
tackle.
I think because I've always been interested enough in one thing specifically
Yeah.
that it's driving me. And when that's complete, I always have a number 2 on my list. Like, I don't know. I think it's just really well written.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the way the game's made.
I just walk up to somebody, and when they're like, "Oh, do you want to do a quest?" I like back out of it. I don't even answer, so it doesn't come up on my list of things to do. I'm like, I want like 3 or 4 things, and that's it. I'm gonna really complete. Right now, I'm following the Thieves Guild or something like this, but
Speaking of having 4 or 5 things on your list of things that you want to do in games, you guys have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
We've got so many things going on. We
Absolutely.
got like cool
I need to
band
clean
stuff.
the kitchen. I need
Oh,
to
yeah, at the house.
do
Yeah, of
my
course.
laundry.
Doran doesn't like having multiple things on his plate here. He likes to focus on one item.
He's a really focused craftsman.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That being said, we still have the mystery of this house.
Well, I mean, I've got all these ledgers that we found in a locked box, and
Oh, is that what they are? Those black books?
yeah, I can comprehend some languages and see if we can figure out what's going on in there, what the rest of these cultists were up to.
Sure, we've got lots of time for a ritual.
Yeah.
You are able to decipher what's inside these 3 slim black leather-bound books.
Black is very slimmy.
It is. These ledgers outline the legitimate business dealings of the Hamperat Villa. Looks like they're mostly art dealers. They have recent dealings with merchants in Waterdeep, Bryn Shander, and Everland.
Awesome.
It's heavy in vases.
Honestly, it's exactly my kind of details. It's like, oh, art dealers. If I didn't already kind of hate these people, I might like them. Mm-hmm. There's definitely parts of this that Jack's going to, scroll away for his own, like, oh, if I'm ever in Everland, who are these people dealing with? But
Yeah, who are supplying the vases?
yeah, keys to their art object empire.
Yeah.
You guys also had quite a bit of time yesterday in between helping fixing up the villa with Thalis, the kid, to spend some time with your magic items. You found a lot of interesting things in this.
Yes. We got the magical pipes, the mace, the shield.
Yeah, who's interested in what right now?
I'm going to take a bite of those pipes.
Wait,
Take a
What?
bite of them?
Yeah, I would probably look at the pipes. I mean, being the most musical of the group, he says, looking at Kraloth's tambourine.
and looking at Orin.
And Orin the
The
musician.
bard.
Orin's not gonna do it. Orin's. But I would sleep with the magical pipes and wake up feeling that I know them better.
Yeah.
Just like real life.
Okay, so these are pipes of haunting.
Ooh.
And this may put a little bit of a damper on things, but you must be proficient with wind instruments to use these pipes. They have 3 charges. You can play them as an action to create a spellbinding tune, where each creature within 30 feet of you would need to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened for a minute.
Wow. Hey, Orin, are you proficient with woodwinds?
Of course I am, Mr. Red.
Here you go. And I throw the magic items, like just toss them at him.
No, catch the. That's
He ducks.
And Doran catches them.
Here, Red, please. Be careful with this stuff.
And he hands the pipes to Orin.
He puts them to his mouth like he's about to play them.
No, not yet. They're pipes of haunting, so when you play them, you get to do some magic. Just be careful. It makes you useful.
Yes.
Can't have that.
Ouch.
Can't
I
have
think
that.
Useful in a mechanical sense, not in a narrative sense.
Kraloth is drawn to the shield naturally, and he sits down with it and admires it and prays with it and meditates on it, then uses it as a toboggan a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's actually how you tune to this shield is
Oh, good,
tobogganing
good.
with it.
It's not until the tobogganing happens that you actually attune to it. You're like, aha!
when you trust it with your life for real, going down that steep hill, the snow splattering in your face. That's when you really feel like
Where
you.
the hell is snow? How long have we been here?
That's how Legolas tests shields. Just like throws it downstairs
right.
and lands.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's a
Yeah.
good shield.
Downstairs.
Lord of the Rings classic going on.
As you spend an hour attuning to this item, you recognize this to be a +1 shield of revival.
Ooh.
If you die while wearing this shield, having it equipped, you are instantly revived with 1 hit point.
Oh, man.
Kraloth, I can't imagine how you would ever use that shield.
Definitely not
No.
for you, Kraloth. Give it to Orin.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. Like, do we give it to the healer?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Kraloth. Always yes.
Okay.
Like
You always give it to the healer. Not only do you go down the most, but you're the most important person to stay
Yeah.
up.
I 100% agree with that.
Well, because I can
No,
because I
that's
can
definitely-
revive other people.
That's right.
Exactly. Which means if you go down, you can come back and revive another person if they have fallen. Always you.
Is it single use or is it?
Yeah, it's just once. Let's put it this way. The first time you die while you're holding this shield, you're revived with 1 HP.
Awesome.
Now, if I use up my charge and then give it to Doran, does he get a free revival?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. So like Doran's at like 1 HP and just like, here, take my shield.
Unless we fill a soul stone.
But you'd have to attune to it.
Oh, right.
I think it would be one use per user.
Interesting.
Oh my God, my dreams are coming true. It's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Traveling
The
shield.
Sisterhood of
Yes.
the Traveling Shield.
Pants, shields. Ha.
Okay, what about this mace?
Who wants to attune to the mace to find out what it does?
I wouldn't mind attuning to it just to try it out.
Cool.
Let's see what happens.
Sure.
And I kind of picture this happening. I'm looking at it, and as this blacksmith, I'm going, this mace, its craftsmanship is not that unique. However, it's got some pretty incredible points to it. It's like the things that the blacksmith notices is that it's like deceiving to the eye.
It's funny that you should say that because this is a +1 mace of deception.
Ooh, good
Whoa.
eye, Doran.
That's actually very interesting.
So you become proficient in deception as a skill.
Wow.
If you are already proficient in this skill, you add double your proficiency bonus to deception checks. Additionally, it sheds light.
Oh, man.
If you remember, it was inside of the angel statue. So
That's right.
as an action, its wielder can extinguish or light the mace, and it sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for another 5 feet.
That is the coolest weapon I've ever heard of in D&D.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So like the edges, maybe they're a little bit dull, but when you step back, it's almost like a ghostly shadow that makes the edges look super pointy. But as you get up close and as you touch them, they're not. You're like, they're still sharp, but they're just not as perfect as they looked.
It's funny. When I described the item at first, I said that there were blades
Yeah.
on the end of it, and I think that totally makes sense. It looks like it's a bladed weapon, but it is actually just something that you hit someone really hard with.
Yeah.
I love the idea too that it's always just perfectly lit. It's like the perfect Instagram mace every
Yes.
time, just because it sheds its own light in all the right. Like it's just it looks great.
You can apply filters.
Yeah.
So,
I'm okay giving it up because it is less damage. You said it's a 1d6. Yeah.
yeah, it's a 1d6.
I mean, it would definitely be a boost to me.
Are you proficient in deception?
I am not proficient in deception.
But there was all that lying with the dragon guy. Like I think there's a play for like it would be interesting to see Kraloth pick up this mace and like lean into that
Ooh.
side of himself that pulled out this like, oh, I need to steal this manuscript from this.
That's
or
true.
talk this guy out of this manuscript.
I mean, he is the grave cleric. It's a bit of a more darker I think Kraloth should take the mace and the shield.
I
frankly.
think so too. And then you can get rid of your non-magical mace.
Yeah.
You know?
Give it to Orin. Here, Orin.
Ow!
Yeah.
Orin, you got to start catching better. Half of adventuring is catching stuff Red throws at you.
So as we're sort of attuning and doing all this discovering of the magical items, you walk into the living room, and spread out on the table is all of the loot and the gear that we have taken from the house. And Red is just like finishing counting up. There we go. So after Zolkin's share, we got a fair amount of money and stuff left. Jack, what do you want to do with some of these art objects? I'm thinking we leave the tapestries and the rugs, since, this is now the base of the Nightstone Fort, but some of these doodads, maybe take a look at them and we can sell them when we head back to Belliard.
Yeah, I think there's good to find the right buyer for some of those if we plan on selling them. They're really lovely pieces. I think, they're displayed really nice. As much as the Hamperettes are, as awful as they were, they do have an eye for art.
Hump rocks.
Except for that statue. You were right to break the wax statue. I'm not going to hold that.
I've been waiting to hear you say that.
You read, sometimes you've just got good instincts and it takes me a minute to catch up.
Wax statue to me always sounds like a song, like Brass Monkey. Wax statue!
The funky statue.
I see these two jewelry boxes, a bone one, and this one looks like Electrum. They look pretty exciting. What do I know about them?
Yeah, absolutely. So the bone jewelry box is worth 10 gold pieces. And this is absolutely more than 100 years old, actually. This is probably made 3 centuries ago. And it looks like it could have been made by a barbarian artisan. You remember having read about the artisans of the Thunder Beast tribe?
Right.
They're one of the Uthgard tribes.
Yeah.
There's a renowned artisan from the lost Thunder Beast tribe named Megani the Shepherd.
Oh, Red.
This may have been one of her works.
This is stunning. So Megani the Shepherd was this Thunder Beast tribe barbarian. She crafted all these really cool objects. Some of the coolest pieces I've ever seen.
Yeah?
It's hard to tell, but this may have been crafted from dragon bone.
This is over 300 years old and might be dragon bone. You're only going to get 10 gold from it from an untrained eye, but I've already started a bit of a collection with this elk Uthgard utensil. It might be, maybe just put that one in my share. I'll pay the party for it. I might be starting a private collection.
Sounds good. Next up on Jack's Antique Roadshow, look at this Electrum box.
Jack's Antique Roadshow.
You know it, man.
Well, I was honestly thinking I've got this flashback in the future of potential adventure starters where Jack curates a show and we host like a bunch of like hoity-toity elites and dukes and things to check out his collection.
This wonderful piece was found in the northwest section.
At some point, we're going to need to go to war, and a fundraiser to fund that war might be a thing we need to throw in Waterdeep.
Or that and a bake sale. Sure, of course. Keep it. Jack, I love how inspired and excited you get by all this bullshit.
So here's this Electrum box. This one looks a little fancier, a little maybe gaudy for my taste.
It's also more than 100 years old and came from the area around Luskan. You think it could have belonged to the collection of one Marvin von Tanner.
Jack, do you have an erection?
Well, I do get a weird association with hands from this box. Yeah, it's a really lovely Electrum box from Luskan, Marvin von Tanner, a very fancy Electrum Smith. You don't hear about Electrum Smiths very often, but
No, you don't.
Can I look at that? It looks like this workmanship is a bit crazy. Whoever made this is a bit bonkers.
The Electrum box has pictures of weird clawed hands all over. Every surface has got a different finger.
it honestly looks like a lot of work, but I'm a little uncomfortable looking at it.
I like it.
You gonna sell this one, do you think?
Oh, for sure.
You're not keeping it?
Yeah, I think this one has more widespread appeal than the other. If we were going to sell one, I think this is the... I certainly don't need to keep this one.
And then there's this cameo in the necklace. Are you okay if I sell them?
Oh yeah, look at there's a tressum on there. They're really lovely pieces, but we gotta fund the war effort, man.
Jack's eyes linger on the tressum for a second.
It's true. There's a part of me that's like, oh fuck, I gotta go get Kieran back. Like,
Aw.
that's like leaving this, seeing that tressum. There's just a lingering finger on the cameo before he walks away to go find some charcoal and incense and herbs to spend an hour.
What are you talking about, Jack? He's right here. And I bend down and I pick up the fucking house tressum. Isn't this Kieran?
Nope.
You also found a very curious box in this mansion, a puzzle box.
Right.
And on the table as well is the infernal puzzle box. And
I would love to investigate the hell out of that.
yeah, I'm really curious too. I think Red is just going to be there with Jack.
Okay. If you want to spend 1 hour holding this puzzle box and trying to open it, you can make an investigation check to try to see if you can accomplish that.
I do. Hey, Red, do you want to help me investigate this?
Absolutely.
Do we get to roll with advantage?
Can we both put our hands on it? Can we be holding it together?
Yeah, both.
Wonder Twins activate.
So, Jack, why don't you roll with advantage and we'll see what happens.
So I rolled a 19, and my investigate is 7, so 26. I also rolled a 4, so that advantage really helped.
You fail to deduce the secrets that are hidden within this box. You are not able to open it. In fact, both of you, please make a wisdom save for me.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to use Christopher for this.
11.
12. At least we're in this together, buddy.
It's nice not to be alone. Curiosity killed what?
Who?
Huh?
You each take 38 points of psychic damage.
Holy shit.
I have 5 hit points. Holy shit.
I have 4 hit points.
Oh my god. So Red just gets blasted back from this thing. Blood is leaking from his nose and his ears. And he's like, "Ah!" And he literally turns around and runs in the wall because his head is in so much pain and he falls over.
Yeah, I don't think Jack physically moves. There's just that not there when he goes to Kieran. He's just not there at the moment. His ears are ringing. His eyes are, watering. He's just, everything is leaking off his face. It's not good.
I'm picturing the mundanity of the situation. Like, it's all calm and quiet, and Kraloth is looking at his reflection in the shield and hey, look, I can see myself. He's making funny faces, and Doran's picking something out of his teeth.
I was just about to say picking my teeth. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
And then boom.
You hear a noise from somewhere in the house.
And you come into the room and you just see the box lying at Jack's feet, Jack standing there, stoic, and Red on the ground with some blood coming out of his like nose and ears, like 5 feet away.
Kalimvar preserve me.
Holy shit! What's going on here? Did you guys have a fight? What's happened?
I have some theories.
The puzzle box. It's we tried to open it, and
Wow.
my God. I mean, I'm at 5 hit points. I'm on like my last legs.
Yeah, no, I'm on death's door.
Kraloth immediately walks over and he grabs the box
No, don't touch it.
Maybe
Don't touch it.
and he looks at it. I'm going to hold on to this for a while.
yes.
Put it in the bag of holding.
No, I'm holding on to this. And he stashes it away. He looks at both of you like he's actually angry. And he says, I can't believe. Gather round. Come on. And he's going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Red like crawls across the floor.
He's kind of shaking. You both don't look good at all. Yeah, so like I'll kneel down and tend to you guys and wipe the blood from your brow and the
Perfect.
blood coming out of your ear, Jack. And
I'm sorry, Kraloth. We didn't even think about it. It just, God, it felt like something was in my brain. I could feel fire and
It didn't seem magical like that. It was just a puzzle box.
Weird.
I've never felt damage like that before. And similar to Doran's scar on his eye, I feel like Jack and Red have a scar, but like a
Psychic
mental
scar.
Yeah, but what's kind of nice about it too, as Jack and Red are continually to kind of build up that friendship, is this is like a shared experience that the two of them. You don't get 38 damage in one hit that almost kills you without walking away scarred.
What if there's just a reflection of the box in our eye? Like if you look really close in our left eye, you can still
like
see a
that.
reflection
I
of the
love
puzzle
it.
box.
I like that.
Yes,
That's cool.
That's awesome.
From this point forward, the puzzle box, until it is opened, might have a lingering shadow in your psyche where you are compelled to know its secrets.
I like that too. I'm just glad that you're both okay.
All right. So I think we now have divvied the treasure. We now have taken a moment for ourselves. We've attuned with these items. I think we sort of gather, relax in the living room. And when we left Belyard last night, Jack and we were doing some giant sort of, looking around and understanding where they were. And I think now that this has sort of become a safer place, we talk about the bigger question once again. And I think Jack and I probably actually tell them, when we were in Belyard, Jack and I were making sure we could keep track of all the giants in the area with my primeval awareness. And we
Yeah,
did
that's
notice
right.
there were some giants to the south of Belyard that one specifically wasn't moving.
I think that's our next move to investigate.
I agree.
Yeah, that's where you think their headquarters is?
Well, ultimately, we did roll into Belyard, and we said that we would try to tackle the issue. This is the best lead we have right now, and with this house sort of being secure and everything that we've gained weighing heavily in our pockets, maybe we should head back to Belyard, sell it, and then head south towards the Giants.
I do agree. I think we should go back to Belyard, get ourselves back in order. I feel like I could go for a bit of a rest because I haven't really slept very well this past couple of days.
And we have paid for that room in Belyard. Maybe he'll let us honor it from yesterday.
Did you want to stay the night in Belyard tonight?
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we've done everything we can here. We've spent time fixing up the house. Thalos feels sort of more at home here. We have our loot. I'm thinking we should head back to Belyard, sell the stuff, sleep, and then start in the morning off to that giant.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to feel good to get on the road again. Even though we were on the road just yesterday, it feels like it's been ages since we've been actually going somewhere,
I
You're
know.
telling me.
Hey, kid. And Doran gets Thalos's attention.
You gonna be okay here on your own? Watching over this place. You're not too concerned about someone coming back?
I think I'll be okay.
Well, we might stop in here from time to time.
I hope so. I'll get lonely without you.
I'll make sure there's some help coming from the town to help you clean up the place. You can't build walls of stone by yourself.
and just make sure that no matter what, you've always got some those kegs, at least one keg ready for us. All right, and maybe stock the pantry back up. All right, good. I'm gonna get ready to get going. Take care.
Good luck, Thalos. We'll see you again.
Hey, Thalos, stay safe.
Bye now.
Keep it cool.
Don't take off your face mask. Don't take off your face mask when you're going in public, okay?
All right, and I think we head back to Belliard with loot in tow and our bellies and hearts full.
You pass by the fenced fields here that lead to Belliard, the cropped autumn grasses, and you arrive back in town just past nightfall. People are lighting candles and lanterns in their windows, and you see the Watchful Night, the place where you had stayed 2 nights ago.
Kraloth, I've been thinking about something. You got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Doran and I will go sell this loot. And we head off to the general store just to sort of convert everything to gold.
And then we'll go get a pint of something.
What's up?
I got this letter of credit from my dad for my birthday, and I feel kind of weird spending it. I don't really know what to do with it. But I'm thinking maybe, like, if we could find somebody trustworthy in Belliard, maybe we could put this gold towards looking after Thalas in that house.
That's quite a considerate use for birthday money.
I'd want it to be somebody trustworthy, because it's a lot.
Any baker is trustworthy, let me tell you.
Any baker's trustworthy.
That's what I think.
Kraloth, you got to trust your gut.
Okay. Well, then in that case, let's go talk to the baker.
As you head over the very short walk to the bakery, you see a woman in the front window who seems to be cleaning things down for the night. The door is still unlocked, but there are no customers inside.
And I nudge Jack in the side. There you go.
You got a good feeling about her?
I roll insight. Natural 20 on liverless.
No fucking way.
For real.
So that's, 25, 6.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably stressed out about family situation or other concerns. She doesn't look overworked, put it that way. And she looks up as you enter the shop. Oh, hello.
Hail, madam.
I'm sorry, I'm just closing up.
We apologize for coming here so late, but we're not going to be here tomorrow. You see, we're going down south to hopefully take care of this giant problem that has been facing your town.
You don't say. And she puts down the rag that she was using to clean things up, gives you her full attention now.
It's actually more about the town than the giants, why we're here. You know the Hamperit house a little ways from here?
I do, yes.
Recently, they were all attacked, and the former executors of the house are out of the picture. And now there's this boy, Thalas, who's left with the house in a shambles, all by himself.
No.
We've got some money. We can see this town could use a boost to the economy recently. We want to help put everybody back to work. Thalas is just a kid, and I'm not sure he could organize the sort of thing we're thinking, but this is a letter of credit for 1,000 gold that we would like to help people get back to work by building that house together, by bringing food in from Waterdeep or wherever else to sort of share around.
She looks at you suspiciously. Kraloth, rolling over your insight check. This seems to be a woman you can read fairly well. She has never been given something like this in her life before and is distrustful of positive gestures.
I admit this sounds nuts. We're going on. Kraloth's gut says bakers are trustworthy, and that's why we stopped here. It's a gamble for us. It's a gamble for you, but we'd love for you to sort of be the executor of Hamperit House. I'm Jack Page. I'm sorry. I didn't even introduce myself before we made this offer. I feel
Here's 1,000 gold.
like we've done this business deal all backwards.
Yes, and my name is Kraloth.
Charmed. I'm Vethid Dantamovi. Gentlemen, this seems like too good to be true, frankly. My family's been very negatively affected by both the weather and the goings-on with the giant attacks, and it seems like the winter's going to be a bad one from what I can tell. I would be stupid to deny a request such as this. I guess all I have to say is thank you. This town has long needed benevolent investors such as yourselves, and I promise you I will do right by this trust.
Take care of yourselves.
Are those scones I smell?
So you guys end up back at the Watchful Night, where you see your two companions, Red and Doran, curled up in a booth together with the remnants of their tankards clutched in their hands, and they're fast asleep. All right, morning breaks. It's a nice day, actually. It's warmer than you would expect for middle of Marpenoth, and here we are in Belliard. What would you like to do?
So we mentioned that there is the giant to the south of town, and I think now that it is past, I'm going to wake up and do my primeval awareness, the 5-mile radius, and just ensure the giant that sort of jumped out to Jack and I was the one that wasn't really moving around. It seemed to be pretty stationary. Is it still in its spot?
It is.
So I'm going to wake the others and say, and Red's already like decked out, like he's ready to travel. And he's standing up and he's like, all right, guys, the giant is still there, which means we have a lead. Let's finish up things in town and head off.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Orin crawls out of bed where he was burrowed with the blankets up around his ears, and he wipes his bleary eyes. Did you want me to come with you, Master?
No, you know what? Look, I think it makes sense for you to stay here for the time being. If this is where the giants are living, it's going to be pretty combat-centric. Why don't you stay here with the horses? We'll go in on foot. And worst case scenario, if we need your help, we'll just come back and grab you.
As long as you promise to be safe.
No! Danger is my middle name!
Speaking of which, I've been working on a song. Would you like to hear it?
Most definitely.
Yes.
I would love to hear a song.
Would love to hear it. Maybe invite Kieran, who we summoned yesterday, to come hang out in my lap for a minute while we sit and listen.
Everyone's like brushing their hair, getting ready for the day, and Orin picks up the mandolin and sings, "The knights don't for champions and more encountered a ghost from their past. Zolkin the snake convinced them to take vases and tapestries from an abandoned mansion. The place stunk of wealth. We entered with stealth, except for that time we blew up a cabinet of wine, and under the ground the champions found the workings and altar of a weird demon cult."
Hey!
Wow, very good, Orin.
Oh, that's your best song yet.
It sounds like you've put way more effort and thought into that than all of your previous songs.
Thank you, Master Doran. I'm just but a simple bard.
Wow.
But I did promise you that if you allowed me to follow you along on your journey, that I'd make you into real heroes.
You earned it, buddy. You cowered better than all of them.
Yeah, be sure to sing that around town a couple times.
Yeah.
Yes, get a little bit of pomp and circumstance about the Nightstone 4. You know, we're going to go slay some giants.
And since you're not coming with us to fight these giants, or at least investigate these giants, I'll make sure to try and keep some notes and bring them back to you so you can continue to write these wonderful songs about our adventures.
He pops off the bed, walks over and holds your hands in his, and he looks deep in your eyes and says, "Master Doran, I would love that."
Dorian starts to blush.
Don't forget to work on that one about me slaying a giant with one arrow. All right, boys, just so we're all on the same page, we think, based on what we've found on the giants through my primeval awareness and talking to people in town, there is a tower, an old wizard's tower, far off into the woods. I think we should head out that way and speak or kill the giant inside. Let's saddle up and head out.
And I say we do that kind of right in the middle of town where people watch us, and it's a bit of a spectacle. You know, these adventurers.
Oh, like riding off. And
You guys?
We get these
Spectacle?
horses.
No.
Yeah. We get our horses ready, and you know, we're all like, you know, armored up, and we look cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go kill a hill giant. Bye, people.
So you head out of town. You take the road south.
And we make quick pace.
You take the Deserin road south of Belliard, and you travel for about an hour. You spot a crumbling tower atop a hill less than a quarter mile away. It's just east of the road.
Crumbling tower over there.
Part of its conical roof and outer shell have fallen inward, leaving a gaping hole above which 4 hawks circle.
I'm going to do my primeval awareness to see if there are any more beyond the tower.
There's a giant in the tower. Beyond where you stand, there is another giant to the southeast of you, 5 miles.
But no big congregation.
Nope.
There is a giant inside.
Let's kill it.
I think we need to do exactly what we did with the fire giant. I think we need to be very thoughtful about questioning this thing when it is done, especially if there is a high volume of hill giants in this area. And I think we should try to get as close as we can. I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, which gives us a +10 to our dexterity stealth checks.
Okay.
Perhaps if we kill this. No, let me rephrase. When we kill this giant, maybe this is the lair and we can set a trap for the next giant that comes back. Save ourselves a bit of time and energy.
Why don't you send Kieran? See if she can't get amongst those crows and look in through the top.
Kieran, do you want to go take a look around? Maybe not pretend to be one of those hawks, just in case they're serving this thing and going to attack you, but somewhere that if we see them dive bomb you, I'll get you out of there.
Okay, sure, boss.
If you can get a peek inside, that'd be great.
So you're going to send Kieran up and over the land toward this tower to circle amongst these birds?
I don't think to circle amongst, just to try and land on the tower and peek inside the roof just to see what's going on in there. If I see the hawks try and like hassle Kieran or something, I will poof them out of existence and back somewhere near us.
Yeah, as soon as Kieran lands on the roof of this tower, all 4 of those hawks dive on them.
As soon as I see the hawks like react, I pull Kieran out of existence and back somewhere near us. Catch anything interesting?
No, I couldn't get close enough. Those birds look vicious.
Can I roll a nature check on those hawks to see if they're different? Something seems very odd about them.
Sure.
No, 5.
Yeah, you've never seen these birds before. Maybe it's a local thing.
Oh, a local thing. I know nature. 18?
These are bloodhawks.
Oh, those are bloodhawks.
They're extremely aggressive and territorial. They'll probably attack whoever gets close. They've made quite a lot of noise as well.
I could just pick them off.
Yeah, but not from here.
I mean, we could definitely move up to 600 feet and I could pick them off.
That's that's more where I was going.
Good idea. Let's go. And yeah, we'll stealth up and get to about 600 feet away.
Roll stealth checks.
So again, this is +10 to everybody.
Oh,
Natural 20.
wow. A 28 for me.
Okay.
14 for Kraloth.
28 for me as well.
36.
The bloodhawks circle above this old ruined tower. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I am going to take a sneaky attack. I mean, it's not sneak attack, but I guess a surprise round.
Yeah, because you are hidden from your quarry, you get to roll with advantage.
And can I help at all in any way? Maybe act as like something to steady his arm?
He's already attacking with advantage.
Well, if I stand right in front of him, he can raise his arm on top of him.
Ghost.
I think it's adorable. You can get adorable points.
Well, first things first, I'm going to cast Bless on you.
As you have stealthily closed the distance between yourself and the tower, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes pass by from when Kieran initially landed on the roof of this tower. While you are standing and discussing your buffs and your dwarf propping actions, you begin to hear a sound coming from the tower.
It's the wandering giant.
It is a deep guttural dirge coming from the lips of something huge and horrible.
We're still going to do a surprise round on the hawks, I believe.
Okay, so roll initiative. Red,
17.
Doran,
A 12.
Kraloth,
13.
Jack.
10.
Okay, so Red, you're top of the order. What do you do?
I am going to attack one of the hawks. 18 to hit,
Yes,
10 damage.
you kill it. It falls from the sky in a shower of feathers, and we decided you're like 600 feet away.
Yeah. And I will attack again without sharpshooter. Yeah, 25 to hit.
You hit.
4 damage.
You hit one, but it stays in the air. Kraloth?
Kraloth's going to cast Aid. He's going to cast Aid as a level 3 spell. So the 3 of you get +10 to your HP. I have other ways of getting
Well, thank
HP
you.
myself, too.
Thank you.
Doran, it's your turn.
I will use my combat superiority to give Harlan +3 damage.
Take another shot for me.
Thanks, buddy. I like that this is like sniper. Like it's real quiet, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the one that's not injured.
Sure. I mean, 25.
That hit.
And it's going to do 8 damage.
You kill it. It falls out of the sky. Jack?
Jack is listening really carefully to this big sonorous dirge that whatever is inside that tower is singing as it echoes through these stones and like funneled out.
As soon as one of the birds gets murdered, it stops. The sound stops.
While it was happening, did I pick up any words in the song? Did I pick up any intonations that sounded magical. Can I learn anything from that song?
Roll insight, please.
Love to. 15.
That's the sound of a giant crying.
Really? I'd frame this differently.
Yeah.
Any type of giant or?
You can't tell.
Baby giant.
All right. That was a giant crying that just stopped.
Maybe it doesn't like the hawks either.
Perhaps.
Did it start after the first one went down?
The crying started after you guys had spent some time traveling towards the tower. And once you got in position and sort of hanging out, then the sound started.
I think maybe once these hawks are dead, we should hide because we have passed without trace and then let it start crying again before, you know what I mean? Like see what it was doing.
Red, it's your turn.
I will fire at the last two. The one that I've already damaged. And that is a hit. 5 damage.
You kill it. It explodes in a shower of feathers and blood.
And I'll attack the last one, which is a 19 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And that is going to be 15 damage.
There was never a hawk. It dies.
Perfect. And then I think I'm going to put my bow down, turn to the others, and just say, let's just hang out a minute. I'm curious what that crying was.
Kraloth is going to squint his eyes and peer up to the top of this tower, pulls his night goggles like up higher on his head, and is just going to do a perception check. 13 to see if he can see anything in the kind of opening.
As you spend some time examining this tower, you see that there is a large boulder rolled up and leaning on one of the rocks of its foundation.
Oh, there's a boulder up there. Might be a trap. Steer clear of that.
Kieran, do you want to go take another look now that there's no hawks to bug you?
Not really, but I will.
Thanks, Kieran.
They take to the sky, do a reluctant circle of the party, and then slowly flap toward this old tower. Unhindered by bloodhawks, Kieran does a lazy circle of the tower and then slowly returns. There's a giant in there, boss.
What kind of giant?
It's a hill giant.
All right. Anything distinctive about it that you saw?
First woman I've ever seen.
I think we've got to approach it's a hill giant woman in there.
Did they say it was an adult?
As far as Kieran could tell. Let's take a closer look.
Do you have to see to send a message?
I mean, no.
Maybe if we get within 120 feet, you can just say, are you okay? Hello? Maybe before we approach.
Sure.
Just in case. I mean, it's still a giant.
Yeah, let's get within 120 feet.
So you guys stealth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll stealth forward.
Why don't you roll stealth check? Group check.
Are we adding into this?
Oh,
10?
shit.
Natural one from Kraloth.
No shit. Natural one from Jack.
What?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For shame. 2 at the same time.
Yep. We're just a
I mean,
couple of
it's like
magoos.
13. But
Still
yeah,
13 and what?
10.
very sad. A very sad roll.
34 for me still.
And 19.
So Doran and Red stealthily approach the old tower while Kraloth and Jack somehow trip on each other
Yes.
and fall down screaming.
Ah!
Okay, you hang out 120 feet away. Maybe there's like a tussock of grass that you all fold yourself in and amongst.
Yeah, and I'll pull out my crystal orb and I will whisper to it, hello, are you okay? And that message disappears into the ether to be heard only by the ears of the giant woman inside.
In giant.
In giant.
Giant woman inside.
Everyone hears, huh?
Huh? Are you hungry?
Mook hungry.
Mook. How long have you been here, Mook?
Who are you? Did you kill Bird?
We're friends.
Friend of Moog?
We want the best for Moog. Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, it's my favorite
Can I
skill.
give him help? Can I be like, this is
Coach
how you
me.
should say it? Yeah, can I coach him?
So what do you say?
I'd be like, tell him we're here to help. And when you say it, think of holding Torin's hand. That's what I always do. Not Torin, but someone else.
Kraloth is going to mutter a prayer to Kelimvor to help guide Jack's tongue.
So roll with advantage because of Red's assistance and give a d4 for the guidance.
Moog, we have food, but you need to tell us where the rest of the giants are. 12.
Chief ga take Moog boyfriend. Moog husband.
She's the worst.
Chief ga bad.
Something bad should happen to Chief Guh.
Yeah.
We make bad things happen. We could do it for you.
Yeah?
Get Moog's husband back.
Yeah?
Where's Chief Guh?
Yeah!
You hear this crashing sound from inside the tower.
Yeah! Get Rock! Get Rock back for Moog! Rock get Moog food!
Doran's sitting there and he's like hearing the one-sided conversation that Jack is having, and then there's like this far off loud screaming from the tower. I don't hear the other side of the conversation, just hear screaming from this tower, and then Jack talking to himself.
And it's only the target of the... So it's just me whispering to this orb, but you can't even make out the words. It's just like, which way do we go?
More crashing from within the old tower, and then the boulder rolls away. And you see her, this huge hill giant. She actually looks a little bit worse for wear. She's not starving by any means, but she's looking a little slender. And she casts around wildly before her eyes land on you, and she's taken aback.
You small folk!
It's a trick. It's to help us get Chief Guh. They'll never expect us.
I know like small folk.
You're speaking giant, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm speaking giant. I must be a giant. I'm very far away.
You baby giant?
Very far away, baby giant. But very strong. Can get Chief Guh.
Show Moog how strong. Show Moog.
Why don't you just make an illusion that we're a big person?
Because it's a very minor illusion.
I'll jump up on Kraylah's shoulders.
Actually, so yeah, the two of you are on top of your shoulders. 5-foot cube on top of that is big, scary, giant face that I think looks like the handsomest hill giant I can imagine, being like growling and being like, "We're gonna fuck up Chief Guh."
And then like my stockiness and Kraylah's stockiness stacked on top of each other. That's like 12 feet tall plus a square, like a head. You know, to a half blind giant might
Far away.
might really look like it.
Plus
We're powerful.
Okay.
Yes.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna sneak towards the tower, just past her, and I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Yeah, she takes like a few steps hesitatingly toward your party as you slip by her. Easily. And as she says,
Bring Moog food. Bring Moog hungry.
you make your way into the bottom floor of the tower. There's a lot of rubble on the ground of the lower level of this tower. As you look up, you see a huge hole in the ceiling. The roof is all collapsed in, so all this rubble is from detritus from the roof collapse. There are some arrow slits around, so you can just sort of keep an eye on what's going on with your party as you're inside here. And the glow of magic comes from the floor tiles. There's a cracked floor tile, and you see it. There's like an aura of magic emanating.
Fuck yeah. I reach down and I grab it.
You sift through these cracked floor tiles and find a hidden compartment. There's a chest here.
Yeah, I'm going to open it.
Na, 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 na.
Is it a nice chest?
You find a magic ring and some magic armor.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm going to quickly just dump into the bag of holding and get out of the tower.
Okay.
Just like slink back to these guys.
Rock will bring Moog food once we free him.
Yeah. Rook not know why he with Guh bad.
Which way? Where's Guh?
I show you. And she stomps toward you slowly.
You hide and we'll follow you. That way they'll never expect us.
I not want to go.
Okay, then just show us.
I show you.
Yeah.
You get Rook.
Well, we'll get Rock. Don't worry.
First you get food for Moog.
Rock's gonna get
Food
food.
for Moog!
All right.
Oh, Moog, I love ye so much. Thank you to Kellen Holman, Christopher Ryan Evans, and of course Adam Frey for being our great Old One Patreon supporters. You make it worth living. See you soon!